Yes. So we must wait for at least 1 minute because 1 minute, in 1 minute they might show because this is not the correct time. 1 minute is still left.
So how is the weather over there? Because as I can see that you are just wearing loose kind of the clothes,
Yes,
so
it is
must be
warm.
chill.
It is warmed. Yes,
Hmm.
summer started, so that's why.
So where do you find more peace, in cold weather or just in hot weather?
I think cold weather is good. Why? Because okay, let us shift towards health. I think health we must discuss. So I think that when you are looking for cold weather, you are having good foods, right? Lot of choices you get, and all the foods are readily available and they are of good quality when it is cool, when it is winter. Your health also can improve as compared to that of summer. When you compare winter with summer, in summer you don't have a lot of food choices, right? You don't have a lot of good foods, and your stomach also get upsets when it comes to summer season. But in winter, your health will be automatically improved. You will have a lot of nutrients, vitamin, minerals essential to your body.
Hmm.
It is really beneficial when it comes to winter season, particularly from health point of view. I'm talking about. No doubt you can maintain health in summer as well because you just involve buttermilk into your lifestyle. Whenever you are just taking lunch or dinner, have buttermilk side by side. So that it will help you to get rid of that upset stomach and it will help you to get digest food and provide the antibiotics, sorry, probiotics that are just needed for the good bacteria for the gut. That is what
Hmm.
about.
And also, as I can just observe in summer season, there are lots of the people who avoid having just heavy foods. Like they just go for a drink or dessert. They
Yes,
doesn't just go for just eating like a heavy meals. They avoid it because at the time our just body needs a lot of amount of water.
yes, yes.
So we just go for some banana juice,
Yeah, that's
orange
why
juice,
people,
any kind of
I think
juice.
that's why people must definitely prefer seasonal fruits. Why they are seasonal? Why they are made for particular season? Because they have their importance. For example, you can't eat watermelon in winter. You can't expect the same results, right? But when you take that watermelon in summer,
Hmm.
then it will have a great impact. Same goes for mango, right? Why mango is available in summer only? Because it has an impact on your health, right? It is not available in winter. So we must focus on the seasonal fruits in which season you are, and accordingly you must have the fruits and vegetables into your diet.
Hmm.
And one
Right.
must focus on healthy eating, such as fruits and vegetables, and not just a random eating, because the fruits and vegetables contains live enzymes. They are live food. They are plant-based food. They are organic. They help
Yes.
you to get essential vitamins, minerals, nutrients that are needed for your body.
And also the all the vegetables. No, it doesn't just go for vegetables. So we can just go for just fruits. They are just raw, so that whenever we just take a raw, so directly beneficial to ourselves.
Yes, yes,
And if the foods are just being or just gone through the kind of the lots of oily, definitely it will just harm our just stomach.
yes, yes, definitely, yes.
And we can see that in summer season people do a kind of the effort, they just feel like so exhausted, like due to the inclement weather.
Yes, yes.
And the
Yes.
as
We
Mhm.
ourselves right now can also feel the difference. We are a little bit exhausted, right? When it comes to night time, you will definitely get exhausted because the sun power outside is there, and
But
then
one benefit is there if you are just living in summer, like most of you can just found a lot of the people like just walking on the roads like by just 12 midnight. But
yes,
in this winter season that you very rare to just find any kind of people by just 9.
yes, yes, right. Because people just take out the extra time, maybe after maybe 9 p.m. or something, and spend that time outside to get some cool weather,
Mm.
maybe a wind or something, and they avoid staying at home place so that they can get cool atmosphere because they're already exhausted throughout the day with the sun power, sun heating up. So they want some kind of chill atmosphere, so they go out.
But we can also see that in summer season we are completely rely on just appliances, like on just electricity. If there is electricity, then we can just take the benefits of them. Like if there is AC, right? There are a lot of the
Yes,
appliances that the poor people and the middle class people couldn't just afford it,
yes, yes.
and they just feel like so much frantic, like they are just roaming here and they are just waiting for the lights, calling the electric department when the light will just come.
Yes, yes, right.
They just
Um,
feel like completely disappointed.
yes, yes. And particularly
Maybe in
when,
you,
yes, go ahead, yes.
hmm.
Yes, you
Yes,
continue.
I'm saying that you might be you might be living in the post area. Like so, in post area, definitely you don't have to just have the complaint of electricity, because you will just get like the 24 hours electricity. Am I right?
No, no, it's nothing like that. There is nothing like posh area here. Everywhere there's electricity cut, right? And you don't expect this electricity to run 24 by 7. Everyone has to manage something. Everyone has to suffer any kind of circumstances. We must adapt to the
So,
circumstances. Sometimes the circumstances are in our
do
favor,
you
sometimes
do you take
it's
the
not. And
hmm,
adaptation is the best
do you
policy.
take
It's
the
not,
benefit of
yeah, it's not like that you are rich, so electricity will always be there. No, it's not the case. Rich, poor, middle class,
hmm,
everyone has to suffer because it is this electricity is going from government. It's not a private thing.
right? But I think that it is mandatory when you are just living in some district area or some, what should I say, some municipality area. Definitely there are electricity. So without electricity, works are completely stoppable,
Yes,
completely stopped. So in particular village area, people suffer much more than compares to the cities area,
yes, yes,
and
that
you
is
have to just acknowledge it.
that. Yes. But at the same time, we can't blame anyone and we have to just adjust ourselves. We have to adapt
Okay.
as per the
So
situation.
I would like to say I would like to say you that how long it happened just happened with you, like because there was a time, or like we used to, okay, there was a time we used to take the, like, what should I say, like a Pepsi, could be any kind of cold drinks, and after
Yes.
that we just take the chip and we just blend together and just have it. So how long it happened with you?
You mean do I take these cold drinks or all that? You're asking like that?
Yes, yes. When did you take it last? When
No,
did
no,
you take it last?
I avoid that stuff. Actually, I would go for ice. This what you can say, ice stuff. What you can say, the ice dish that we used to have. I will go for it.
Lassi,
No, no,
lassi.
ice dish. It's the ice dish. It is directly made from ice, raw ice, and then you just spray the flavor, color, right? Maybe rose or maybe
No.
kala kutta or something like that, and you just have that
Mhm.
ice cubes directly in
Yes.
your mouth. So when it is very much hot, then I would
Mhm.
definitely prefer that as compared to that of the cold drinks where thumbs up and all that, because it impacts your digestive system. It is dangerous because it is contains the carbon dioxide.
Mhm.
So I will definitely avoid the cold drink and instead go for this ice dish or some kind of stuff. Maybe ice cream or candy, that kind of stuff. I will definitely prefer.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
when it
Right.
comes to my stuff, let me just a minute. Yeah, so when it comes to my stuff, right, when I just go to my workplace, right, there is a shop, right, where these ice candies and ice stuff is readily available. So whenever I feel my temperature is very much high and I'm not feeling good, well, I prefer this type of candies, and I just stop by my roadside and I just have for maybe 10 to 15 rupees and just have a dish and feel cool myself. That's what I used to
And yes, you can see also that the people, those who are a non-vegetarian, suffers a lot in the summer season. Why?
do.
Because they are just hardly reach to because the amount of the non-vegetarian are just very limited at the time, right? So people are highly avoidable, right? People highly avoid to just have those kind of the product. which
Yes,
considered to be
yes,
non-vegetarian. Like you can see also that chicken, their just supply becomes completely stopped. The time of peak of like summer season.
yes, yes. Lot of changes
So
are being happened, so we must adapt according to the climate, season, and all the other stuff.
I'm supposed to that by just June or just by just May, when the temperature peak is so high, definitely we'll just avoid the taking eggs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not avoiding, but I'm limiting the stuff. Wherever I used to take a lot, then I just limit that stuff to certain proportions only. I
Lot
don't
means how
go,
many pieces?
I don't go beyond certain proportions.
Mhm.
And at the same time, I'm taking other precautions also, like I'm having this buttermilk every day, so that it will keeps my stomach good. That kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Then I have
Right.
watermelon, pineapple, that kind of fruits.
I think 90% of the people who just goes for taste, they doesn't care that whether if I'll just take it and it will just goes inside our stomach, what will just happen after then? So I don't think so that right now youth are so much concerned about just taking this particular thing, not taking this particular thing, because they are completely obsessed with the taste now. Because as
Yeah,
we can see that this is the Western culture, so people are just having more street food than just eating inside home.
yeah, you are right. I mean, but I definitely avoid pizza. I have not eaten pizza. I never favored this pizza stuff. I don't like this stuff. But people are just
Mm-hmm.
enjoying a lot this pizza and all the stuff. The people they usually go to Domino's Pizza, and I think that what kind of food they're eating, what kind of stuff they're putting into. Because you are what you eat, think, and drink, right? So if you are putting garbage and if you are putting waste into your body, then definitely you will become like that only. You are what you eat, think, and drink. That is your result. That is what your body is about. Right? So you
Actually,
must.
look, pizza. We don't have to take lots of. We don't have to take lots of interest. Looks, pizza is a kind of the bread, like a normal bread. So what do they do? That they just put it on the oven and just they doesn't do any kind of the alter thing so that it could look like a new dishes. They are the same. They are just putting like cheese and and lots of the what should I say? Lots of the maize
Yeah, but ultimately,
and
what it
some salads are there. But
yeah, you are right. But ultimately, what comes
Mhm.
into your mind? Last thing, right? Choice. Everyone has a choice.
Mhm.
Right now, we are talking about healthy living, but people do have a choice. So the street food, the junk food,
Mhm.
right? So it all depends upon the choice. What you are choosing. You are choosing that junk food, that garbage, or you're looking for some healthy eating, healthy food. So it all depends upon you.
Mm. Yes, right. So, what if you are just having lots of money? Definitely, there are the people who completely feel mouth watering seeing those stuffs. Right?
Yes.
Definitely, you too. And we just somehow the resist our just brain resist ourselves not to just have it because it is harmful as well as it is taking lots of money, like more
Yes.
than
Yes.
200 rupees for a pizza.
Yeah. And all these
So,
brands that you see, they're selling their stuff, they're promoting their stuff in different way. They are just doing media marketing campaign so that they can sell
mm-hmm,
more of the products, right? So
mm,
we need to actually become mindful what we are putting in our body, what we are
mm.
consuming each and every day. And it doesn't
Because
just it doesn't concern just for eating. I'm also talking about consuming the information, consuming the type of videos, consuming the content on everyday basis. What are you consuming? You must be mindful, right? But people are not aware. People are just scrolling up, just swiping up the reels and shorts. They are not
mm,
concerned about what they are putting into your mind,
what
into
will
your body,
happen?
into your soul. So we must be mindful for that.
Mhm.
It is very much essential to become your greatest person. We must be mindful.
Right.
And and most of the people now are avoiding TV. Why? Because TV means telling lies to your vision. It tells lies to your vision. It shows the product, it sells. Each and every day people sell something, right? So when people are just selling, then we must be aware that this product, we must analyze, we must put a filter on our side, right? For example, if we are consuming data and if we are consuming the food, then we must be mindful that whether this thing will be useful to me, whether this will be fruitful
Mm-hmm.
to me, or this is just a waste of my money. You must become mindful of that,
Mm.
and then you will become your greatest
Yes.
person.
And see one thing that as we are just growing up in the certain age, so there was a time that we used to have this kind of food a lot, but somehow that our stomach is refusing. No, you couldn't just take this food. Otherwise, you will have to just go through a lot of the pain and also trauma in your just brain. So yes, as you grow up, you already you try to just put yourself on the track so that the consumption will be there. So actually most of the people who just reaches out to the doctor most of the time. Why? Because yes, they are not just restricting themselves like taking any kind of things and just engulfing them. So
Yeah,
we
I
have to
mean,
avoid street food
yeah, I mean, at
as much
one
as
time,
possible.
yeah, at one time it's good. I mean, if you're doing not regularly or not often, but sometimes it's good, but not
Mm-hmm.
every time.
Mm-hmm.
That we
Every
must have
time.
a control on ourselves. People are nowadays are not having control of their mind, what they are just doing. But we must be mindful. We
It
must
looks
have the
like a
control over
smoke.
mind, because when mind controls you, then you cannot control yourself. But when you control your mind, then you will be
Mm-hmm.
definitely controlling yourself. Moving apart from a lot of distraction
Mm-hmm.
itself also, then waste of food and all the other stuff that people are just doing.
See, cigarettes and the wine, right? They are the people who take it in an occasion way, right? So they doesn't just it means that they are just relaxing their just mind. They take it for a fun. They are just take it to subside. They are just all the kind of the anger and the frustration as they just got it just in the office. But there are the people who completely habitual having it anywhere on the street, inside the room, everywhere. So they are completely addicted. It means that these kind of stuffs are eating the people's mind as well their health. So likewise that the food stuffs are, if we are just going through the streets we just feel like stucking our just brain, no I should just have it. So if we'll just make it continue and just become completely habitual, there will be a certain time like after a certain passing some age the effect will be seen right from our just
Yes,
body.
yes, that's what.
But as you are the youth, your just stomach is able to
Digest each and
controllable
everything.
everything.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
But
just
as
endure all the kind of the pain.
yes, but as you will age, you will see the difference. You will see the problem in your health.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of people are being obese, they're overweight, and they're just having anxiety issues itself, having panic attack. What is this? These are all you're
Mm-hmm.
consuming the food, consuming what kind of energy you're putting into yourself. So it makes a
Like
huge difference.
you can also find the difference. There are the people who has crossed like 20, 22, but they are completely habitual with it. That's why their skin becomes so dull and just having like a wrinkles on the face. And also
Yes,
they are just not having hair. They're
yes,
losing their just hair. Why? Because of
yes,
they are addicted to it.
yes. They are
So.
aging faster. There's
Mm-hmm.
imbalance in the hormones and all the other stuff.
Hmm. There is somehow, and also there are the some expert who are saying that if you are just having alcohols and wines, it will just decrease your testosterone level, and there will be a time that when you just get married, you will be just incapable of just producing a
Baby.
good amount of the semens to produce a baby, right?
Yes, yes,
So I
yes.
think that definitely you must avoid this
Yes,
kind of stuffs.
any kind of addiction has a huge impact on your hormones, right? Because at one
Mm-hmm.
point of time you are increasing the feel-good hormones, but on the other end you are also depleting the essential hormones like testosterone, estrogen, and all the good thing hormones that produces. So it has a huge impact.
Actually, I have to admit that I just learned a lot from the Khushbu, like YouTube channel, as I said before.
Yes.
Definitely, she's brilliant. I mean, she has a great knowledge of this kind of things. Oh my God.
Yes. So if you are not aware, we are talking about the YouTube channel Sex Ed with Khushbu. You can check that on YouTube, and she basically talks
Yes.
about sex education. So she's having a good content. So Vikram referred to her.
Hmm. If Khusu ma'am, if you are listening to us, definitely you should just follow this particular channel like Huzaifa Surti.
Yeah, and
And if there is chances, if it is possible, you can also join this meet so that we can just interact and just so that you could also share your just take on different kind of things like what should we do to become
yeah,
healthy.
you can join the conversation if you want. I will be sharing you.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome. In fact, anyone is welcome. Anyone who is just watching this our talk, then they can just join us. They can just make a request on the email mentioned in the description, and then we will be sending you this Zoom meeting link, and then you will be also able to speak on whatever you want to speak and whatever you want to contribute to make the world a better place. Because me and Vikram is having a simple and clear vision, and we are here to make something to make world a better place. We are having a vision and mission. So if you want to become the part of this, you can just contact on the email mentioned in the description, and then we will be providing you this Zoom link, and you can have your views, your talk, and become the part of this basically. And so, Vikram, when it comes to health, health is a
Yes.
number one priority, because when you are losing health, your all other pillars, whether it's wealth, money, love, all become
Hmm.
zero without health. When you're
Will be
losing
sad.
health, everything will be zero.
Yes. Because I've seen there are lots of the people who just strives to just make lots of the money, and once they just certain age, they couldn't just take the enjoyment of all those money what they just earned, and after that, what do they do with the same money as they earned that? They just visiting the doctors again and again and just wasting the all the earning money over there. So definitely you have to just look for the health, you do exercise, do a yoga so that you could just meditate your just brain, because right now that our brain is completely shattered. It means that there are lots of the kind of the fantasies comes which shattered us, and also what should I say, and also which put ourselves out of the track. So if you want to stick to one thing, definitely you should just look for meditation.
Yeah, yeah, meditation will definitely improve your focus and concentration. That's why people are having attention span very much less. They are not able to focus on one thing, but we must focus only on one thing, and our brain is not made for multifunction, for multitasking abilities. Our brain is not made for multitasking and multifunction. I repeat again, our brain is made only to focus on one thing and particular thing. For example, if you are going to
Hmm.
some university lecture, and that lecture is about what you can say 45 minutes or 50 minutes, then you will be able to concentrate up to that limit only, and after that you will be having kind of situation, and then you need to change your focus. And that's why we have a limit of a particular lecture. You can't go beyond that limit, and even if you will go, then you will not be able to grab all the information, because your attention, your concentration and focus has a certain limit. But right now, as we are having low attention span, low focus, low concentration, we are not able to attend even 45 to 60-minute lecture, which is a very bad thing right now in the days for particularly youth. So this is the reality.
And also I want to just focus all those person, those who are just watching these videos, definitely as the Josefa said very right thing, that as we are just having a scatter brain now, so we are not focusing on one thing, like having like multiple kind of thought, and which completely spoil our the focus on the particular thing as we are just giving. So whenever you study or whenever you do some kind of stuff, definitely you have to just put your phone like just try to put your just phone out out of your sight. So this is how that it could just help you.
Yeah, that's why now people are mostly now practicing detox. They are detoxing themselves, digital detox. They are getting rid of the phones and all the other stuff. They are just thinking to get rid of all these digital equipment, at least for one day. one full day, so that they will be able to concentrate on whatever work they are doing.
you can consider you can consider this phone as a friend, right? But not for every time or every day. Like phone can't be with yours like 24 hours. You have to just put it out of sight sometimes, so that you could just meditate and just analyze yourself where you are just going,
Yeah, and if you want to
because
check
I have seen that.
yeah, if you want to check your focus and concentration, you take a newspaper and try to read a newspaper article, right? And after reading,
Hmm.
try to
Yes.
try to get back what you have read. Try to get retrieve that information. So now
Hmm.
that will give you the immense power of your where you are present right now. What is your concentration, power, focus? It will immensely help
Hmm.
you to achieve to that level for what you are seeking.
Yeah, right now people are just having problem whatever they are just accomplishing what they just read, whether they are just playing, whether they are watching. Now their just brain becomes so weakened due to that, completely obsessed with the social media. So I'll just think that we should just, even whenever we just come forward for a study for the books, then we approach to the e-books, right? So
Yes,
I think that it is bad for every time. You can use them when you are not home, when you're just traveling somewhere, you can use them. But I think that at least that when you are sitting on the table, definitely the book should be on your just lap rather than just phone. So you have to replace phone with the hard copy, right?
yeah. And whenever you feel that it is distracting, this phone is distracting, then try to minimize the use as much as possible. Try to avoid the things,
Mm-hmm.
useless notifications. Get rid of all those things which is no longer serving you. It might be the application, might be the people, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
just focus on
Put
one thing. Focus on your goal. What is your goal?
Mm. Put less and less and less app application, and also that we have to turn off all the notification of different kinds of applications. If you're just having multiple applications, and if you just keep on just reading some kind of books on the app, through the app on the mobile phone, then definitely you'll just have the lack of different kind of notification, and your just brain gonna be changed. You'll just go through that, and your just brain your the focus will be completely spoiled. So that's the thing first. So you have to turn off the notification first.
Yes, yes. And for example, if you're waking up in the morning and the first thing you see is social media, right? The first thing in the morning decides your day, and you are starting your day with social media, right? Seeing some profile, getting envy, jealousy, anxiety, fear. So that will guide you in your rest of the day. But instead, when you just wake up in the morning and you just do the work, you just do reading, you just do meditation, then that will guide your future, your whole rest of the day. So it has a huge impact. So avoid phone, right?
And
Even when you are just about to sleep, and even when you are just waking up in the morning, avoid the use of social media.
Hmm. And also like to add one point, like I have just give a deep insight.
Yes, yes, go ahead. Yes, I am listening.
Mhm. I have just given a deep insight to the youth, like what do they do that when they are just about to sleep on the bed? What do they do? They just take the phone and just whenever they during the sleep on the pillows, they just put it besides. They just put the phone besides the pillow. So that's the one of the worst thing people are doing right now.
Yes,
So because of most of the people who just doesn't just go for just switch off the phone or just being silent the phone, they just they just put it just roughly and just take a sleep. What happened that there are a lot of notification. So when the notifications comes, there is a sound. Whenever the phone calls come, there is a sound. Then it will just disturb you or doesn't feel like peace, even if that you are on the bed. So peace is must. It
yes,
will just completely ruin your just peace if you're just putting your phone besides you.
yes. Whatever costs your peace of mind is very much costly. Whatever cost your peace of mind is too costly. The best way
And
to
also
this,
I can see that
I
since
think the
the
best, I
Mhm.
think the best way to deal with this is to shut off the phone after particular time. For example, your time is 10 p.m.
Hmm.
in the night, then you must shut off the phone by that time. Whatever happens, you must shut off the phone.
Hmm.
That must be the rule, mandatory rule.
Yes, you have to stick with the phone.
Yes. And whenever you are done in the morning with essential food activities, and after completing that activities, you feel that I must have some relaxing time. At that time, you can turn on the phone back again. So that much is the rule right now in this time of social
Hmm.
media bombardment with a lot of
I don't,
information, news,
I
and
don't
all.
think so. Right now, people are just giving so much respect to the phone. They are just completely relying on the phone right now. I just they think that my just works can't be done if I'm not having phone. I will not get a jobs if I'm not having phone. If this kind of thought is really so much piercings to the people, so definitely they have to just avoid it. You could just get update from newspaper as well,
Yes,
right?
right.
So that's the thing.
In this internet era, there are a lot of distractions. We must
Oh my
minimize
God,
all the distractions.
5G.
Yes, we must get rid of distraction in order to focus on one thing. And for that,
Hmm.
I think for that to have that focus, right, there must be some goal in your mind, right? When you're not having goal, right, you're doing something
Hmm.
as usual, right? Everything can bother you.
Hmm.
Everything can be in your side, right, to achieve that goal. But once you're focused to that particular goal, then I want to do that thing. That's my priority. All the other things is just a waste of time. You must declare that yourself. Then you will be able to do what we are just trying to discuss.
Hmm.
For example,
Right.
the person who is addicted to porn, why is addicted? Because he is not having goal in his life. He's not having the bigger picture. So he is addicted to that porn addiction, that social media addiction, that drugs addiction. But when you are onto that proper goal, right, all these things will not matter. You will automatically shift your focus towards goal rather than wasting time on social media, drug addiction, porn addiction, all the other stuff. This is this is the biggest thing one must take care of.
Right.
Yes, and sometimes things comes from personal experience, what you experience and what you have learned. So that's why we are sharing that,
Hmm.
because that's what we have experienced. We are not a psychologist, we are not a psychiatrist,
Yes.
but these are some of the things which have hampered, which have an impact on our life, and that's why we are sharing this.
Hmm. Right. Right. Definitely, we have going through this kind of pain, anxiety, depression.
Yes, and when you are into pain, then it is not that you cannot declare that I am in pain. You can always seek help, but most of the people are not seeking any kind of help, right? And they're just diving more deep and deep into that addiction and negativity, stress, emotion, and all this. They're not sharing the stuff what they're going through. So that's also the bigger impact. That's why a lot of suicides and all the other things are being happened, because they are making all the things inside. They're not letting out, expressing, telling someone, sharing the experience. So this is also the most important thing.
How much time we have?
Maybe next 3 minutes.
How many? Okay.
So I think that nobody show up today, but it was a good talk really actually.
Hmm.
But they missed.
Yes.
We can't do anything. It all depends. Everything is a choice. So they who made a choice not to show up on this Sunday
Yes.
evening.
Okay. I don't let them saying that they should just come each and every day. At least they should just give their just presence like 2 days or 3 days in a just week at least, because we
Yes,
know that people are just having a lot of the different kind of work, so they are indulged in different kind of things. So at least so you just present within a week.
yes, right.
Actually, I'm also having one friend. He will just connect with us like by tomorrow. So what I'll just do that I'll just share my their just number to you, right? So you have to just put him in the group, and after that we can just initiate our just talk.
Yeah, definitely.
You
Anyone is
want a
fine.
serious guy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so see
Hello.
you tomorrow at the same time, maybe.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, bye.